What about your battery? What if the battery dies? If I say that to you right now, like, hey, what do you do when the battery dies? You got to think, well, I got to wave someone down because I'm going to need another battery. I'm going to hope they have jumper cables. I'm going to hope we know how to use those jumper cables. I want to show you this. This is from Imazing. This is 18,000 milliamp power bank. It's also your flashlight. It's also going to jump the battery in your car, as you're seeing right there. And here's what's great about it. You really can't do this wrong. It will not allow you to do it wrong. It is the easy set of jumper cables you have ever used. There is a digital display, a digital readout, so you know exactly what you're doing, how much power you need. So those scary moments when at night you're in a town you don't know, there's no one else around, in a parking garage, the side of the road, you or a loved one will never have the problem of a dead battery again. Take a look at $49.99. I know we talk about kind of big, hefty power banks that cost $100 that are kind of very big and hard to take with you. The size of this one is perfect. You're getting a flashlight, it's a power bank, and it will jumpstart your battery as well. $49.99, free shipping and handling. Our friend who's always prepared and teaching us how to be prepared, Justin Hyatt, the unbalanced Justin Hyatt is here. My friend, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Cool.
There is nothing more just kind of helpless feeling when you go and you grab these. New cars don't even come with, cars used to come with jumper cables.
They don't.
They don't come with jumper cables anymore.
Yeah, no, not at all. And that, if you have that in your hand, you're thinking, uh-oh, I don't even know. What if I get it wrong?
Well, there's four ways to get this wrong, right? It's intimidating. You gotta pop the hood, and then now you've got to have somebody else pop their hood. You're hoping that you have to wave down a stranger. If it's in the middle of the night, there's nothing worse than in the middle of the night saying, to somebody you don't know, would you mind coming and helping me? If you've ever gone to the mall, you left the light on, the dome light in the car, and you come back and the light's not working, or excuse me, the car's not starting, or maybe one of the kids left the dome lights on, or it was a seatbelt that got stuck in the door. There's so many different ways and reasons why your car battery might be dead. In fact, a lot of times, and recently you might have experienced it, it's cool weather. The cold air can actually do that to your battery. You know, the greatest thing about not having to worry about this anymore is that you get to be completely independent. You get to get rid of those and then get these, right? Just look at the difference, right? I mean, unbelievable and how much we've really just kind of evolved. Now, I've been presenting jump starters for 10 years now, maybe closer to 11 years. You know, the way that jump starters now work is that they're more powerful, lightweight, and more affordable than ever. We used to do jump starters well over $100. Never have I seen one that's like this. Now, there's numbers that I want to talk about. There's 18,000 milliamp power bank, but this is also a jump starter. It's all about the amount of power that it can put out. This can have a peak amp wattage of 2,000 amps. That is double what you typically see here. 2,000 amps. That means there is no battery that you're going to see, whether it's a boat battery, car battery. We're talking big trucks, Nissan Altima, well over 27 times that you'll be able to jumpstart your car. That's right, multiple times on one charge, and it's so easy to do. All you're going to go ahead is grab those jumper cables, and then you cannot put them in wrong. There's kind of a square peg and a round peg. It will kind of prevent you from doing it wrong. Once you do that, there's going to be a little light that indicates that you're ready to go, and then we'll show you in just a second how you actually go ahead and put it onto your battery and immediately jumpstart your car.
And also the size of it. Listen, we've talked about jump starters before, and sometimes they are big and hefty, and you're like, where am I going to put this thing? It's not going to hide in the glove box or in the center console. This will, the size of this and the amount of power you're getting out of the size for the value that you're getting to never have to worry about that again. I've got two 15-year-old boys, soon to be 16. In April, they're turning 16. And I think about what they might encounter out on the road. Late at night, by themselves. Who do they need to help them come with the battery? This is something we should have in every car. And then also at the same time, what else do you need? Well, you got to make sure your phone is charged up to make a phone call.
It's Murphy's Law. The battery's dead in the car, and then the battery's dying on your phone. I've had this happen to me. It was after a Dolphins game. We were out all day. I come back to the car and everybody's gone. There's nobody around. There's no security. There's no police. There's nobody. We're one of the last people there. And then I go to start the car, won't start. I finally, at that point, you can't call the service. Your phone's dead. So I'm trying to run around to find somebody. Finally, there's a police officer who came. This is a very true story, okay? I had the jumper cables. He had his jumper cables. We popped the hood. He put his on, and I put mine on wrong.
Oh, no.
And the sparks that you saw and the anger on his face, and he turned around and he left me. Fortunately, I was able to find somebody who was able to call some service. You are fully independent. I want to show you how easy this would be. You talked about how compact this is. fit in your center console, fit in the back of the car. You're gonna be using this to charge your phones. When you're not, you're then gonna be able to jumpstart your car. So I've got it all set up right here.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and turn on that power so you can see. You don't necessarily need to do that. There's a blue LED light right here that indicates it is ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and go negative to negative right here. And as soon as I go positive to positive, what you're gonna see is gonna be a green light that's gonna illuminate right here. It's just gonna be a little click, and you'll see that green light. Immediately, we are now jump starting our car. Do you see how quick that was? Again, just 2 seconds to jump start our car, negative to negative, positive to positive, and now we just jump started our vehicle. So when you're thinking about being in those kind of very precarious situations, whether it's freezing outside and you want to get going, or you're in an area where you just don't feel comfortable, you want to get out of there as quickly as possible, or you're running late, you're going to bring the kids to school, you got to get to work. It's not that feeling of helplessness now where you're looking for help, you have your own help right there. It's simple as popping the hood, getting it going. And when you have this, if you've ever seen it before, it's such a freeing feeling. Once you get the car jump started, that car turns on, the music turns on, maybe it's the heat inside of the car that turns on.
Right.
It's such a great feeling.
Yeah, to be able to have that kind of independence and that peace of mind that you know. Because I'll be honest, over the years, the cars I've driven, the old cars I've had to get, the car battery to me is a bit of a mystery. I'm not sure like how it drains out. I've gotten into cars and all of a sudden thought, what was that? Was the light on or something? All of a sudden, the battery's dead and it just dies. How long does the battery last? The battery in your car right now, how long is that gonna last? We don't know. It's a bit of a mystery there. So have something that you are protected and gives you that peace of mind. But at the same time, you're not gonna wait until your battery dies to use it. This is a full-on 18,000 milliamp power bank, so you can plug in your phone, you can plug in your devices and charge that up in the car. Maybe it's the kids or the grandkids that need their device charged up. You're gonna be able to charge it up, and then you are gonna be able to jump your car battery. At this price, at $49.99, at the size that it is, makes it very easy, a very easy decision to have this in the car, maybe one in every car, to have that power and to be able to jumpstart it. Never again be afraid of sitting by the side of the road. The fact that it has that digital display on there as well, and a flashlight, haven't even mentioned the flashlight on there yet, but the digital display, you know what's happening, and then the flashlight out in the middle of the night, now you also can like flag somebody down with the light, or you can see what you're doing.
Yeah, well, imagine you are in the middle of nowhere. Now you've got that light not only to be able to see, because of course when your car battery dies, typically at night, right? Again, Murphy's Law. Now you've got SOS to be able to flag somebody down. You also have strobe light as well. So think about all of the different places that you can be utilizing this. This is also great for RVers. If you own a boat, this will jumpstart your boat battery. As we know, many things can happen with batteries, especially on boats. So you want to make sure that you have just another added little battery for your battery. That's what this is. This is an emergency kit and a backup battery for all of your batteries, truly. So not only your big ones, but your small ones. We do have that LCD display. It's going to give you every bit of information, show you exactly how much percentage that you have. You do have a fast charging USB-A and a regular USB-A. So brand new technology there, but we also have a USB-C. So all of your new technology, all of your new phones, your new iPhones, your new Samsung, LG phones, whatever phone it is, typically now it's USB-C to USB-C. You can actually use that USB-C right here to not only charge the input, but then use a USB-C out to charge any of your other phones. And then we also have something really cool that we've added here. We actually have a DC port. Why do we have that? Because we've actually added a little DC adapter. So you can essentially use this maybe to even inflate one of your little mattresses. If you have any of those little DC ports that you need that maybe some of your new cars don't have, now you have that DC adapter too. You just go ahead and plug that right here into that little DC barrel port right there, and now you have that DC port right there at your fingertips.
It is portable, it's powerful, it's at the lowest price we've ever offered. It's at 45% off. Normally this is $89.99, right now for $49.99. It comes in the hard shell case too, which is great. With something like this, you want it to be in that kind of hard shell case, so you could put other stuff on top of it. If it is in your glove box or your center console, whatever it is, you can lay other stuff on top of it and you don't have to worry about. So the hard shell case you're getting there. The easiest jumper cables you have ever used before. If when I say the word jumper cables, you think of those big, old, greasy, dirty, dangerous jumper cables. We're not doing that anymore. And you're able to do all of this on your own without having to flag anybody else down, no one else to help you. So maybe it's for you. Maybe it's for the kids, the 16-year-old kids who are about to drive. Maybe your 18-year-old's about to head across country and take a trip or go back to school or go off to college. Maybe it's mom and dad that you're going to worry about. They drive maybe a little older car. You're not sure about that battery, because right now, if I had to say how much more power does the battery in my car have, I have no idea. I really have no idea. It could go out on me at any time. Same with you. So now you are covered at $49.99. Free shipping and handling here. It's just something that we think about being prepared. You and I talk about this all the time. Best time to be prepared is now. Right now. Right now is your opportunity. Get this home, put it in your car, one of your cars or your RV or the boat, take it with you. And now you have it. Now you don't have to worry about that happening.
Well, and just to answer a few of the questions you're probably thinking is, what's so significant about having 18,000 milliamps? What's so significant about having 2,000 amps? Not all power banks, or excuse me, jump starters are made equally. They're just not. So when we think about 18,000 milliamps, typically jump starters are roughly about 1,000 milliamps, maybe 800 milliamps. So now it's double the amount of milliamps. So that means longer that you can charge all of your different devices, all of your different phones, and also means how many more times you can jump start your car. Now here's the thing. What about the peak amp wattage? This is a very significant thing, especially if you're shopping right now, you're trying to figure out what's the value on that. The peak amp wattage means at 2,000 amps, that's double what we typically offer here. It's roughly about 1,000 amps. So what we've done now is, by giving you higher amp peak wattage, you are not going to have to sit there and say, is it going to be able to jump start that truck? Is it going to be able to jump start that vehicle? Larger batteries are also included now in what this can jump start. And the other big question is, and often why do we wave people down? It's because maybe we feel intimidated. We're not sure if we can do it. What happens if we do it wrong? And I want to show you what's going to happen if you do it wrong. There are no sparks. There's nothing that you have to worry about. So again, I'm going to take my jumper cables. You cannot plug these in incorrectly. It's a square peg and a round peg. You plug it in. Now the first thing that's going to happen is there's going to be a little blue LED light. The other really cool thing here is there's a little manual that's right here on the very back. So you can kind of read it, and it'll tell you exactly how to do it and what these LEDs will indicate. All right, so typically we do what? Positive to positive, negative to negative. But you're in a rush, you're just kind of a little frazzled, and you'd think well, maybe you do it wrong. So I'm going to go positive to, negative to positive, and then I'm going to go positive to negative. And I want you to see right here what will happen. Again, nothing's going to happen. All there's going to happen is going to be a little red LED. There's even an audible alarm that's indicating right now. You can actually hear it. A little hard for you to hear through my microphone, but not only visual, but also an audible alarm. So all I do now is I disconnect it. It's going to go right back to that blue LED. Oh, sorry, I just pulled it out of the shot, guys. Blue LED light. Then what I do is I go ahead and I do it correctly now. So I'm going to go right here to the negative to negative, positive to positive. You'll see that blue LED light right there. And as soon as I do that, it's going to go ahead and turn green. That LED light right there indicates that now I'm ready to go to my vehicle, start my car, and now my engine is going to automatically go ahead and turn on. And then I go ahead and disconnect this. And the best part is we just jump started this how many times? I'm still at 100%, right? We can do that multiple times. You say, why would I ever need to do that? Well, I'll tell you.
Probably got a story for us.
I've got a story for you. Well, what happens in a busy life is that we can't just run to go ahead and get a brand new battery. A lot of these new cars, they need to be taken to a specific place that have computers that can reset the program in your vehicle. So now you have to go to a specific battery store, wherever you decide to go, right? There's tons of different auto stores to go to. Well, you know what ended up happening? I got to be to the studio. I don't have a chance to. Well, so that's the studio. I got to jump start my car at home. Then I come here and I got to jump start the car here. Then I got to get back to the other place. So I get to all these different places. They say, no, Justin, we've got the battery for you. And what happens? No, they don't, because they don't have the computer. So they send me to another place. I jump started my car, no joke, nearly 10 times in one day. That's why the significance of being able to jump start your car. And again, it takes 2 seconds. Hop in there, pop the hood, jump start your car. You're back and you're going. It's not just one jump start and then you're done. Multiple times on just one charge.
Yeah, and it's, again, not a one and done. Also, the place that you're in, have you ever been in a parking lot where maybe you were up against the curb a little bit, where the walkway is, and there's other 2 cars on the side of you, and now you don't know where these people are, and now you're stuck. You can't get another car in there to help you jump, if they even have jumper cables. Now you can do it all on your own, right? You're going to take your Imazing, you're going to walk around, you're going to plug it up. You can't do it wrong. Even if you forget everything that we say right there, you're still going to be able to figure out, because you can't do it wrong. The digital display, the light on there will let you know, right? It's one of the biggest issues, that and like low tire pressure, right? And a battery dying. This is one of the biggest issues which get us kind of in a jam, which we kind of worry about a little bit. Now, it is fit. Now you don't have to worry about that, because growing up, like I saw my dad many times had to flag somebody down, pull the cars together, have the jump, and that's just what we did for years and years. Now the technology allows you to do it yourself. Lowest price we've ever offered. It's 45% off. This is normally $90. Right now, $49.99 for you to get this home. Make sure you have it in your car, have it with you, and then you have the flashlight and you have the power bank as well. It's just, and that size, I still can't believe it's that big. This is the car battery.
Right.
That's normally what jump starters look like. This is it.
Right, well, to think about something that weighs just 1.1 pounds, has enough power to power up and jumpstart a lead-acid battery, right? So why do these batteries die? Sometimes they're the older batteries. Some of these older batteries have the water in them. They're not the regular or the newer version of these lead-acid batteries. You know, often we get cars for our younger ones that aren't the best cars in the world. Sometimes there's some things that are drawing power out of that battery. I had that happen to one of my older cars. There's so many different stories. And let me tell you what, I can't tell you how many times not only did I jumpstart my car, that I jump-started other people's car in the parking lot. So you're seeing somebody popping their hood. And you know what? All those times that I was jump-starting my car, you know, I was in different areas. Everybody was like, what is that? You know, it was often women who would say, what is that? Wait a second, where do I get that? I say, go to HSN, and this is Imazing. You know, it is Imazing. It's amazing that there's something like this that exists. I want to show you one more time. Again, right? We think about how easy and quick it would be. We take our jumper cables out. We're not having to wave or flag anybody down. We're just going to go ahead and put those jumper cables right back in. That blue LED light right there indicating that we're ready to go. All we do now, negative to negative, positive to positive, and now that's going to turn green, and now green means go. That means get in your car. You're ready to jump start your car, excuse me, ready to turn your car on, and now you're driving off to work. You're driving off to school. You're not sitting there and waiting. You know, there used to be things called trickle charges.
Yes,
You'd plug them in from inside your car. It would take, we say, well, maybe about 30 minutes. I don't have 30 minutes to wait. Maybe I got 30 seconds. That's all it takes to be able to jumpstart your car now.
I'm now realizing how Justin became an expert in preparedness. It's being in all the bad situations and learning from them and going, well, we need to prepare, and that's how you've become an expert.
It is. I mean, you find yourself in those places, and unfortunately, I've had little kind of solutions like this. So I was like, that's why I have that. That's like always like those little reminders, like, that's why I've got a jump starter.
Yes, right there. Take it from the expert himself, from Justin Hyatt.
The expert of all bad things.
Congratulations.